Yes. What's going on? Let's turn this down. Hope everybody's doing well. We're looking at a chart of Dash. All right. Dash. DASH. Doordash to be specific, huh? I'm sure many of you have used this service over the years. Science of Getting Rich on page 26 says there's a thinking stuff from which all things are made, in which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the inner spaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. Man can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon formless substance can cause the thing he's thinking about to be created. So hope everybody's doing well. Instagram's always acting weird, man. What's up with Instagram? Let's see. This is a relatively new IPO, man. As you know, I don't buy IPOs. IPOs are for suckers. Founded in 2013, headquartered in San Francisco, DoorDash is an online food order demand aggregatory. Aggregator? That's an odd word. Consumers can use its app to order food on demand for pickup or delivery from merchants mainly in the U.S. The firm provides marketplace for merchants to create a presence online, market their offerings, and meet demand by making the offerings available for pickup or delivery. The firm provides similar service to businesses in addition to restaurants such as grocery, retail, pet supplies, and flowers. At the end of 2020, DoorDash had over 450,000 merchants, 20 million consumers, 20 million, and over 1 million dashers. 1 million. In 2020, the firm generated $24.7 billion in gross orders. Volumes are up 207% year over year, and $2.9 billion in revenue, up 226%. And yet the stock has fallen almost by 50%. So you double your earnings, go up 200%. And your stock drops by 50%. This is the opportunities. I'm assuming you can hear me on Instagram because it's not showing any. If you can hear me, say something, man. KG Images says yes. You know what that's about, right? That's opening the room for positivity. Yes. It's like parking backwards so that you can always leave going forwards. You ever think about that? I like to sit with my back to the wall in a restaurant so I can see everyone coming in. Why? So I can see. Yes, yes, yes. COVID testing line, huh? So 450,000 merchants are connected to Dash. 20 million consumers use it. Imagine if they could figure out how to just get one more dollar from you. That's 20 million a month, right? So I like these subscription-based type businesses. I like these businesses with these reoccurring revenue streams of people, and they can figure out how to bring them into their network, so to speak. Uber is a very similar type business where it has 90 plus million users every month. And if you could just figure out how to get one more dollar from them, that's $1 billion a year. So that strategy is what made Warren Buffett rich. When Warren Buffett began to invest in Coca-Cola, he had broke down how much each ounce of Coca-Cola cost to produce. And if they could raise it by 1 penny, he figured how much it would add to the bottom line. And he figured that consumers would continue to pay even if they raised it 1 penny per ounce. And so now we don't care about BRO, bro. Just listen. Just listen, man. Just listen. Let me lead the class today. Okay? So this is Dash. Okay? We like this better than your stock. And now if you go to Morningstar, Dash has a basically they feel it's fair value. It's bullshit. If you go to Tip Ranks, now Morningstar tends to be a little conservative, okay? They're not really your go-to for these growth stocks. Now the average analyst has about a 234 target. That's some are higher, some are lower. It's about 61% upside. Obviously, as they continue to work on things and refine things, then he said the parking backwards. Yeah, man, try to park backwards. That way you're always going forwards. It's just a little phrase of mine. That little yes, yes, yes thing. I always say that under my breath when I enter a room. If you say it out loud, people think you're weird. So I just be like, yes, yes, yes. As I come in their house, just in case they're got some fucked up mojo in the house. I need to clear it. Another little thing I do. I do a lot of these weird things. And it's just little mantras to myself to keep me focused, keep me thinking, keep me open-minded, keep me on track. So could have made a move here and you would have been totally that is a stage 1 according to the money flow, where price stops dropping. And you notice I always talk about the moving averages start to come together. That is a stage 1 right there. It didn't happen. Very common. I mean, I almost expect that. Like, we don't know. And sometimes, you got to understand that this is not a predictive strategy. The money flow is not about predicting direction. I have no idea. Don't really care. I mean, it's just going to work out in the end. At the end of the day, I believe that over time, as in applied in the word patience, if you need help with that, go listen to Guns N' Roses, just a little patience. Sitting here all alone, right? That's the song. A little patience. If you go listen to that song, it might help you. But this is a stage 1, and we see what? It came back down. Now, I took a spot here and I text out, if you're in our Discord group, that listen, I'm not breaking the money flow rules. This price is ridiculously cheap and I don't think it's going to stay that way. And as I'm watching the market, I'm seeing other growth stocks setting up, other stage 1s. I got to make my move if I want to get the lowest possible price on Dash. And I just needed it to come up, and I went ahead and called this a box, even though technically it's probably not. Boom, it was followed up. It is that day for sure, and then now we're immediately going into breakout. So as I thought would happen is happening. Now, I can be right a lot based on my thinking, but I'm not delusional enough to believe that I can think my way through the stock market. It just doesn't work like that. And, I've had a bunch of buyouts recently, Taco, Zynga, and I really did think they would get bought out. And I've got like 10 others that I think would be bought out because I would buy them if I was a fucking billionaire sitting in America right now. So if I can find a business that's trading at 50% discount to its revenue. So if I'm sitting here watching and I see Dash come down 50% and yet their sales and revenue have gone up 200% or up 200%, it doesn't take a genius to put those two together, right? And that was the case with Zynga. That's the case with Taco. Taco was making a lot of money. They got 400 franchises. They're printing money. They survived COVID. They did great during COVID. And Jack in the Box said, we'd like to have that, please. Brilliant move on the part of Jack in the Box. So keep an eye out for those. And they rarely happen, right? You shouldn't buy it based on that. But it's one factor to consider among a lot of factors. And the money flow is these 4 stages, of course. But it's also much other things, right? Like, you hear me talk about part of the belief of the money flow is that stocks go up over time. The moment you start not believing that, you can't do this. This stops working. Now, I guess you could swing trade it, short-term trade, catch the breakouts, get out, and you don't have a fundamental belief that over time markets go up. I guess you could do that. I can't trade the money flow without believing this. So I'm 100% convinced that over time, stocks go up. If you're not, man, you're going to really have a hard time. Now, that doesn't mean all stocks, okay? Keep that in mind. Here's the technicals we're using. These should take you less than a month or two. I mean, you've been in the stock market 2 or 3 months and you're still fucking around with technicals. It's because you actually don't give a shit and don't want to learn, okay? Because this is like baby stuff. This is like 4th grade. I can show a 4th grader how all this stuff works. The easiest way to master all of this, you should go get a couple books that'll cover all this stuff. Now, those books are not going to be the money flow. Sometimes I'll share a book with someone. They're like, well, that didn't have anything to do with money. No kidding. There is no money flow books, man. I created it. But it all came from bits and pieces of other people's information. So the way that I use the moving averages came from a book called Technical Analysis in Multiple Time Frames, right? It's about a $90 book, by the way. It's expensive. But that book gave me different insight into how to use the exponential and the simple and price relation to those moving averages, okay? Wilder, obviously the creator of RSI, what are you going to say? Guy's a godfather of this stuff. Relative Strength Index. You can get a book on it. Not a big deal. Now, a lot of people use it differently or use it, in my opinion, wrong. Support and resistance, pretty easy. My man, Day Trade Professor, does a great job teaching on this stuff. And this is the same on a 5-minute chart, on a 1-hour chart, on a daily chart. All of these things are basically the same. It's just the time frame in which you're trading. Okay. I also add stochastics. I don't have it on the list here, but I use stochastics. I also use TSI. They're basically the same. And you say, why have 2 indicators that are the same? Just in case there's divergence. Now, when we look, what is this indicator, the MACD, is called a moving average convergence divergence. So price diverging from the indicators is super important. Meaning the idea is as Dash breaks out here and goes above this 20-day moving average, this is the first step, day 1 of a stage 2 breakout, which is why I added come on, man. Let's get rid of this motherfucker. So my new thing, just as people say stupid shit, I just block you. Let's see. That guy got blocked. So as price, what we call the stage 2, all of the stage 2 is price moving above the 20-day moving average. And, can you technically have a breakout that doesn't have anything to do with the 20? Yeah, of course. Of course you can. And we see it right here, breaking out. So price right now is at what? 145.45. The 20-day moving average is at 145.72. So guess what? It's just a little below it. Now, this may take a couple days, but what you're seeing is the birth of a baby. This is the apex, man. This is that special moment. This is when you first saw her walk into the room, or you had your first kiss. You remember him when your husband was so attractive the first time you saw him? That was right here, right at the apex of the stage 1, stage 2. That special moment that you have. That's it right there. And you're never going to get this moment back. Okay? Never. And so it's happening right here. Right here. Right in front of your eyes. Right there. Right there. Very special moment in the money flow. People take it for granted what they're witnessing. And as it moves higher, now it has to close over it to confirm. All right? And that hasn't happened yet. And the 5-day needs to cross. Now, in the book, I talk about 5-day crossing the 20. Yes, that is needed for confirmation. All right, bro. You get to mention PEX one more fucking time and I'm blocking you. Okay? One more time, bro. Just say it one more time. Please do so I can block you. As this goes above the 20 and it closes, the 5 is going to cross. That's going to confirm. If you learn the money flow and you see these things happening, you can jump that. Okay? You can start to grab it just as it starts to cross. Bam. Now, again, I bought the bottom, as I often do. Let's clean this up a little. So, do we believe Doordash can get to 220? Well, it's been there a bunch of times, okay? It was there a bunch of times at the end of last year. Bam, bam, bam. And if we back this up on a weekly, let's back this up, man. Let's back it up a little bit. Oh, shit. It was over here. Now, on this big sell-off here, where it dropped 50%, by the way, okay? This is the beauty of growth stocks. Now, I know it hurts people's feelings when they bought over here and then they see this. But because of this, because of this, we can get this, and then this, and then this. Because of those moves, man, because of these moves, we can profit, or build positions over time and really make some money, man. Let's see. Forming an inverse head and shoulders. Except I don't care about head and shoulders. Unless like Procter & Gamble is selling head and shoulders or something. So we'll see today. Does it get over the... I got a feeling it's going to close over the 20. And then trading with the dummies here. He's got a YouTube channel. Let me peg this for you, bro. Go check him out. I'm going to be on his YouTube channel here soon. So as we watch, he documenting his journey in this finance world. If you follow my content much, especially on podcasts where I can talk freely and nobody can do nothing but not listen, is
A life worth living is a life worth documenting. Meaning if you're doing something that ain't worth documenting, it means you probably ain't doing much, right? So we want to, even if nobody reads it, we want to write our own book, so to speak, right? So to speak. And, all right, let me block that guy. So as we watch the Doordash here, I just really wanted to drive home the fact that what you're witnessing is the birth of a baby. This is the moment you first saw him and fell. It's that apex right there of accumulation stage coming into a stage, possible stage 2 break. And as it climbs higher and higher, we're going to get near those profit targets, and that's going to be our stage 3. And we're going to watch that RSI to tell us. And the indicator, while not perfect, none of these things are perfect. What they allow you to do is much like being a good poker player or being a good, whatever at business. It allows you to systematize some things. And as you systematize things, what's up, Whip? As you systematize things, a lot of times this through the power of repetition. That's how one guy can have a strategy that could be totally different than mine, and he's profitable. Okay, great. And then I do one thing, and I'm profitable. Okay, great. Where you're going to get into trouble is when you try to mix all these together. I mean, I'm going to do a little of this, and a little of that, and a little of this, and a little of that, and a little of this. That's not what they're doing. Most of the great investors and traders you see basically have a stick, meaning they do the same shit over and over and over. Look at Warren Buffett. He don't get too excited about your new coins. Oh my God, did you see PAGs? Did you see this? He don't give a shit. And he still got rich. So there's a lot of people that don't give a damn about something you care about, and yet you both can get rich. Why? Because there's a lot of ways to go about this. And so you got to find your way. And the problem is along the way, we can start to mix and match. And I'm not saying you don't take bits and pieces from people. That's what the money flow is. But what I'm saying is you're going to have a hard time running pure, multiple different strategies at the exact time. You're going to have a hard time with that. So master something, man. We're going to move to the next stock. But again, Doordash, over 450,000 merchants are currently up on their app. Over 20 million people are using it. Over 1 million drivers are on the platform. This is one of the great American companies that really helped America during COVID, providing people with a way of making extra income, bringing food to those who have the luxury and don't mind spending a bunch of money on food. They'll bring it to your house. They got 24.7 billion in gross orders. That's a beautiful thing, man. Anyway, I'm long. I am not in a full position yet. I did add today. I will be over the next couple days if this holds up. Now, next one I want to bring to your attention is not quite set up yet, but I'd still probably buy some right here. CLSK. Now, it's above the 5. That's my go ahead, which means we technically have a box now. Now, Sofi, or CleanSpark, is an interesting company. It offers software and intelligent controls, and I get this, microgrid and distributed energy resource management systems and design services. You say, well, what is that? Well, let's say you got a factory and you use a lot of energy. Well, they can bring in software and techniques and use technology to help you better use your resources, okay? That's what they do. CleanSpark, get it clean energy. And it's not just clean shit, but they do have lots of different... You go to their website and check it out. It's pretty cool, man. Go to their website and check it out. Their software is capable of enabling microgrid to be scaled to the user-specific needs and can be widely implemented across commercial, industrial, military, agricultural, and municipal development. Now, don't count on that. Cities are stupid. Probably will do very little to make their shit better. Companies' operating segments include energy and digital agencies. It generates maximum revenue from the digital currency segment. Now, they recently added Bitcoin mining. How about that? Bitcoin mining. Zeb just said that tip ranks is bullshit, bro. I don't want to block you, bro. Don't make me block you, man. Keep your negative opinions to yourself. I like tip ranks. You just don't know how to use it. The company operating, we covered that. So right now, this is trading at about a 50% discount to value, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion. And according to Zev, the dipshits at tip ranks, they don't know either. I mean, all they did was go to finance school and have degrees in finance and Wharton Business School, and they don't have the education that he has. 86% upside, $16. Now, I think it's higher than that. That's just me. But what do I know? It's trading at $8, stage 1. So if we're looking at the money flow, this right here, stage 1 accumulation, we know that there we go. Got to block this guy. So as this starts, these stages can take a minute. They can take a minute, man. They can take a minute. Let me go through. Hold on. Now, typically, it takes longer than a few days, but not always. Sometimes the stage 1 can be very quick. But for me, I need at least 4 days where price stops dropping and starts to go sideways. Again, I don't know where a stock is going. I just know what bottoms look like. Sometimes people say, well, you can't know the bottom. I know, but I can buy all the bottoms. So I would have said this is a stage 1, and it came back down. Good. I'll buy both of them. And if you saw, and recently with Zynga, that worked out great, right? Now, obviously it can go down. That was a very nice, solid level of support, which means when this does eventually turn on the way back up, that's going to be what? An area of resistance. So keep that in mind. But even as a trade, that wouldn't be bad. $8 to $11. Let's see. Yep. So we're now above the 5. I like this. I've put this out on Twitter a few times. This is a good business. I'm not the only one that thinks that. It's not just me. Let's see. Let's see. I'm not looking at your stocks, guys. I'm doing a class. I don't like your stocks. I like my stocks. So when we go to your class, I'll look at your stocks. So that's where we're at. CleanSpark. I would read up on this. I think it'd be bought out too. As cheap as it's trading right now. Cheap as it's trading right now. Look at the RSI. I mean, this is just stupid. Like, this is a really stupid price. So we'll see. Stage 1. Even Morningstar, who's super conservative. I'm guessing Zeb doesn't like them either. Morningstar, it's got a... see, one thing about analyst things you got to understand, they're just going off books and they're thinking perfect world, right? They're not looking at charts necessarily. They're reading the books. And you can be right. You could look at something and fundamentally be right and the stock goes down. Why? Because the market decided it doesn't like it anymore. And you can have something go lower and lower and lower and lower, and yet it's worth more money. And you say, well, how's that possible? Well, let's look at Taco. So you remember my target was $12.50 right? And look, it went lower and lower and lower. And all the analysts had, let's see, I know Zeb, you don't like this thing here over here, but let's see what was their price on Taco. Wow, $12.30. So when they took it public, they paid What is it? This is the price that the company was bought at, $12.48. Now, how could they possibly have known that even last year? Because they're looking at sales and earnings and the books and the cash flow statement. Like they're doing a fundamental analysis. That does not mean that's where the stock's going to go, because people sell shit irrationally. Go listen to Kramer's show last night. He explained it very well. Stocks go down, and they don't give a fuck that you like it or that it's making money. It doesn't matter. Machines are trading these. Computers. People aren't even doing this, man. You got hedge funds and insurance companies and high-frequency traders. They'll run a stock down 50, 60% that's worth $12.50. Why? So you will fucking sell it. Momentum will build, and it'll go lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. And people say, Gerald, why is that happening? Because they're selling it. That has no relation to the value of the company. The value of the company is up here. And if you went to buy it, if you walked in the door and said, hey, I'd like to buy your company for $7.50, they'd say, no. But if you walked in and said, well, we'll give you $12.48, okay, because that's the value. Isn't it odd don't you think it's odd that Taco Bell paid the exact same price that Tip Ranks had? Isn't that weird? Let's look at Zynga for a second. Now, Zynga, they got a little bit cheaper. They had a $10.48, but it might get there. It's still moving. I've closed it out. And if we look at Zynga, look, it might get there. But they did a deal, structured deal right here. I don't think it'll go much higher, but it was for $9.50 was their deal. So, a little less. Pretty close, though. Pretty damn close. Ordered, sell, or sell. Oh, sell or be sold. That's a good book, man. Gerald Monroe III. Oh, somebody's always got to be funny. Let's see. All right, so that's Zynga. Let's get back to what we were looking at here. Now, the last one that I was kind of looking at, and then we'll look at some of yours. All right. We're looking at Sofi. A lot of you guys probably know Sofi. This is a newer company. It just barely's got a 200-day moving average. Now, Sofi is pretty interesting. I don't know if you have the app. Sofi is a financial service company. It was founded in 2011 and is currently based in San Francisco. A lot of them based on San Francisco. Thoughts on the Vanguard 500? Man, Jimmy, come on, man. Come on, man. Really? That's what you're going to ask me? Let's see. I teach stocks. I've owned stocks 20 years. I have books on stocks. What do you think I think of the S&P 500? Come on, man. Come on, man. Financial services company founded in 2011 is currently based in San Francisco. Initially known for its student loan refinancing business, the company has expanded its product offerings to include personal loans, credit cards, mortgage investments, banking services, mortgages, investment accounts, banking services, financial planning. Company tends to be a one-stop shop for client finances, operates solely through its mobile app and website. Through its acquisitions of, Galileo? Of 2020, the company offers payments and account services for debit cards and digital banking. So these guys are covering a little bit of everything. I like it, man. I like it. And we're in a stage 1 here. And we're at a stage 1 with some support, which I like even better, man. One of the 6 pillars of the money flow, right? We're right there. Price is back in the box, as we can see. Back in the box. We got a target over here. Now it's more likely right around in here. This has been an area where it stopped out before. So, see, it's likely to stop out again. Plus 200 days there. A lot of shit lining up. A lot of shit lining up, man. So, beautiful. We'll see how it does today. The average analyst has, I think the highest, TipRanks has a $23 target on it. And I think, Morningstar has it down about 30%. So, what, over here in $22 range, $21 range? You know, when does it get there? I don't know. But here's what I like about that. You have a growing business. If you can build these stage 1s, let's say it breaks and goes a little lower. Okay, I'd stay with it. Add a little more. And that's how I'd play that. And that's the way you want to play that. You know, could it rip from here? It very well could rip from here, man. But we'll see. Now, before I buy any stock, man, I mean, seriously, before you buy any stock, you need to see where the overall market is, because it doesn't matter. If you're buying a stock and the market's going down, your stock is going down, okay? And if you just step back and look at this, you know, let's say you're like 4, and I was able to teach your children to trade, which I'd probably be better at it than you. Up, over, down, over, right? What are you seeing? That looks a lot like the money flow, man. Looks a lot like the money flow. She says, where do you go to look at this analysis? Well, you pay subscriptions. Inside your brokerage account, they probably have a lot of free stuff that you're not looking at. Okay? Inside most people's brokerage accounts, there's free stuff like, you know, but as far as what this is here, this is stockcharts.com. Most of your brokerage accounts have some sort of charting software. I like stock charts because it looks the same on my phone as it does on my computer. And if I'm at grandma's house, I could get on her computer. And we already covered Dash. You're late, bro. Don't come in late and ask questions. Just sit down in the back, okay? Don't buy no badges, man. Let me turn these off. They should be turned off. I don't even know how you bought it. It shows that they're turned off. Stop buying those. Buy the book. All right, so we got Dash, we got CleanSpark, and we got Sofi. These are great, great, great stocks. Okay? How come I don't use TradingView? Because I'm cool. That's why I don't use TradingView. I'm cool. Let's look at the SPY. I'm cool. That's why. The other reason, sir, is I've been trading for 21 years. Everybody just started uses TradingView. I've been trading for a long time, and long before TradingView, there was stock charts. And back when I first started trading, you had to download your data and watch it at home. I mean, you had to download it, and then when you got home, you would download it. And then you'd look at your charts, and then you put in your orders, and then you go to work, and you come home and see if you got filled, and then you download all the charts, and it would take like 30 minutes to download. It'd be like, and it would download all the charts. Those were the rough days. Yeah, so S&P 500 is now stage 2. It's back above the 20. I don't know. This is starting to turn into a big box here. So, but the general direction of the box is up still. So, it's getting a little weird looking, but it is up. The channel is moving up, and you're seeing every time it's dipped down. Remember, I was like, man, I just can't get short, man. I didn't get short here. I didn't get short here. I didn't get short here. Guess what? The next one, I'm not getting short, man. The market is going higher. You cannot print that much money and it not go into the stock market. I have zero interest in trying to short anything, okay? I'm trying to accumulate. So that's the S&P 500. It's creeping higher. One thing that I am adding to today is bonds, TMF. I like the bond trade here. Bonds are a stage 1. So I watch what I used to call the big 4. Now I call it the big 6. Bonds have fallen right into a support zone and are taking the 5-day moving average. So what you're seeing there is right here. They sold off, and now they're starting to go sideways. And if you drew a line across, they're stopping where they stopped before. Perfect money flow pattern there. So, yeah, I don't fight. Anybody that's bearish is literally. I won't use mean words. It's a new year. Anybody that's bearish right now is not cool. We'll go with that. So I'm sure we're headed higher in bonds. Okay, run up the likes. It helps GP on the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, that is pretty bad, huh? 172 people watching, 58 likes. It's sad, man. We're in a world where you got to beg for likes. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. We got to beg, man. I got to beg. I got to come on and beg like a fucking vagrant. So that's bonds. Bonds are set up nice. Let's see. SPY's fine. SPY's okay. Let's look at oil. Oof, look at oil. There's just no end to this run. No end to this oil run, man. We're long Gush. Long Gush says, "Are you cool? Why?" You just met me, son. Hang around, you'll see. So we're long Gush. Gush, honestly, has not performed as well as ERX. These are ETNs, triple, double leveraged, and they are tied in with different ETFs. So the XLE is what the ERX is tracking, and you notice the charts look almost exactly the same, except one is a double. If you look at Gush, it is tied in with XOP, which is the Spider S&P Oil and Gas Exploration Production ETF. This is a triple, or a double, excuse me. So Gush is a double of the XOP. Now, if you look at, where's Exxon today? Exxon is in the XLE, right? Energy's thing. So these are the stocks that trade against oil, which would be like the USO, which just continues to run. So now oil is hitting a 70 RSI. So I'm going to assume we can see oil slow down from here. All right, man. So I'm going to assume we can see oil slow down from here as it pushes up against this RSI. So it means from here forth, I'm waiting for a stage 3. So if I'm tracking the money flow every day, I'm drawing a new high, right? Is this the highest high? Not right now. There's one more. And so I assume today's the highest high. We are going that way. Just like we did over here, right? But look, it took a minute. Went a little higher, went a little higher, went a little higher, and then what? Then we had our moment. And then down it came. So if you're watching the money flow, right? Sideways, up, sideways, down, sideways, started and kind of got a little lumpy. So we got to call this whole section the sideways and then up. Now what? We expect sideways. That would be total normal movement. So what does that tell me? I would not buy oil stocks. Like, don't buy them. No matter how much Jim Cramer, who loves Chevron now. You remember, there's the fun. I love Jim. Don't misunderstand me. But Jim was telling people to not buy Chevron when it was like way down here. When we went back, and he was saying only an idiot would own oil stocks. When it was like $65 when we were buying it. Remember? He's like, yo, you don't want to buy oil. And now it's like doubled, and he loves Chevron. So, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I was in shock when Jim was saying that he didn't like oil. That's crazy talk. I don't care how green we get. It's still with us for the next 30 to 50 years. So the rest of my life, there'll be oil being used on this planet. Link is free, by the way. Liking is free, by the way. I know, man. Netflix might be forming stage 1, needs to confirm stage 1, though, may still go further. So this is Chevron. I got a big position in Chevron. Oils are my largest position, so my retirement, my buy and hold accounts have really done well here. I'm very heavy in oils, very heavy in utility stocks like SO. You look at SO, it's had a beautiful run. We're in the UTSL as a trade. I have not cut it yet. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. And you say, why haven't you cut it, Gerald? It looks like it's gone into a sell signal. Yes, it does. The XLU, look, kind of looks like it's going into a sell. But if we look at AEP, so if I just start looking at the stocks, still looks good to me. Look at Duke. Still looks good, barely breaking under it. Look at ED. That one's under. And then what? So what I'm seeing is it may not be done. So I'm giving it a benefit of the doubt. I'm in a half position. So that the beauty of that, when we took some off, being in that half position is I can give it a little bit of room. It's not going to zero. It's utility companies. Maybe I'll ride the half down and we'll load it up again. So that's fine too. Let's see. CRM is one in our buy and hold. It's got pretty beat up. Yep, stage 1 buy. Your buy zone really, technically, could have started nibbling 2 days ago on Monday. I mean, that formed a box right there. Definitely yesterday. As a swing trader, you're probably looking at targets right around that 250. Now, in my buy and hold, I would not be selling shares right here. That's swing trading. Now, up in here, it's a different conversation. Alex24T says, why are comments turned off? Well, sir, because there's a bunch of Arab bots coming on and saying crazy shit. So I turned it off. If you'd like to leave a comment, just jump on over to YouTube where another 162 people are watching. Here soon, I'm probably going to do this just on YouTube. I'm starting to dislike Instagram. Very much so. Probably from my own website is what I'm thinking. Through YouTube. We'll see. playing around with a Money Flow Gang portal where we can do a lot of this shit inside of the website. Just not enjoyed the people I've talked to so far about it. Let's see. The problem with that is Instagram is a great platform, man, for attracting people. All right, now I've been asked about this Momo many times. This better be good. Stage 2. Does a nice pattern. I don't know anything about this stock. Let's pull it up. $13. What does Morningstar say about it? It's the Hello group, huh? Hello. Is it me you're looking for? All right, even Morningstar's got it at a 42% discount, sir. I like it. I mean, you should have already been long. I wouldn't buy here. Your buy was right here. And then right there. I mean, you could, but it would be slacking. Yeah, looks good, man. Good job. Just got The Millionaire Next Door. Can't wait to finish it. Good deal. Now, the only caveat I have with that book is he's going to talk to you about index funds, which are fun. It's just not my game. What stock was it you called? I'm looking at questions here. What stock was it you called? You mentioned yesterday. It's HBI, Haynes Brands. Nice dividends in my buy and hold. I'm trying to get to 1,000 shares. It's trading below the 200. It's going to the 200. I can almost guarantee. I can't say guarantee, but I can pretty promise you it's going there. Let's see. So Haynes Brands is a good buy and hold, good dividends, probably going higher. It's worth more. It's worth like $23 a share, I believe. Let's see. But yeah, I love the principles in that book. All right. Looks like all the dirt bags are gone. We'll turn comments back on. Let's see. Wall Street junkies here. All right, man. So we've looked at some good ones today. You should have some good stocks there. Sofi. Let's recap. Dash is my favorite play right now. I'm going to send an email out. Try to pump it a little. Just kidding. I like Dash here. I think it's undervalued. A lot of customers, a lot of growth, a lot of potential here. I think Peloton is, I just don't like it, man. I don't think this stock is coming back to its former glory. Peloton has a lot of problems. The one thing, I mean, I don't know, maybe it could. What do I know? But the one thing about this stock that I just, in the back of my head, I never liked, because I traded in and out of it quite a bit. One of the things that I just didn't like is there are no other exercise companies that have stood the test of time. You know, there is no Coca-Cola of exercise companies. Think about that. You know, Nautilus, maybe. You know, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe Nautilus. Maybe. We don't need to look at Ford, man. Ford's gone straight up. What's to look at? That's the only thing I don't like about Peloton is I just can't find another company who's done very well for, say, a decade or more as an exercise company. That's the hard part that's hard to get behind, man. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the top 5 cryptos for HODL? I think BTC. Top 5, Sol is one. Matic, but Matic's a little high right now. Sol's one of mine. Matic, I like. Mana. If you go to my newsletter, you'll see my top 5, man. Dot is a trade right now, but I do like that. Ooh, look at that, baby. It's going up. I borrowed against my Bitcoin to buy Matic, or to buy Dot. But my top 5 are, Bitcoin is 70% of everything, and then it's Ethereum, and then Sol, and then Matic, and Mana. Mana's up there. Engine is up there. I would like to put Engine in my top 5 if I could put 7 in my top 5. Workhorse is dead, man. DraftKings looks fine. Stage 1. We're good there. Coin is fine. Michael says he's a little late to the class, but yes. Yeah, so we got a Bitcoin rally underway here, man. Eastbound, bound, loaded up and rolling. We're going to do what they say can't be done. So Bitcoin's moving. It's now above the 5 and the 10. Get a little crossover there. We're going to get some action maybe. It's kind of hoodwinked us before. Twitter's forming a box. Yep. I like Twitter, but it's a growth stock, so they're all kind of shitty right now. Coin's on the move. CLSK coming back. Come on, man, look at that. I think CLSK is your sleeper in the crypto space. Yeah, the book, The Millionaire Mind by T. Harvey Eker. Great book. Excellent book. My friend Scott from the Money Flow Gang sent me a book last night called Infinite Wealth. I started reading that last night. Fell asleep reading it. Portfolio is still down because Kathy Wood, long term, I know we're wishing we could get these at 80. Yep, I agree there. I've been adding ARK to my buy and hold account. And this is a box. This is where you want to buy it. See the box? The box just confirms this reversal candle. Right there. Now, doesn't mean it's the bottom, but that's what bottoms look like. Okay? That's all you can tell. You don't know it's the bottom, but that's what they look like. And the lower they go below true value, the more valuable they become. The only example I can take to that in the money flow world is when oil was getting crushed, and I just kept telling people, I would buy every stage 1, and I did. Exxon, Chevron, Conoco, I just kept buying stage 1s. They went lower. I waited for it to set up, bought that one. Starts to come down. I wait for the next one, buy a little of that one, and I do what's called drip buying. And I do drip selling. And I'm never all in, all out. I'm never like that. It's never occurred to me to be in all cash. That's crazy talk. And it's crazy talk to, Elon Musk believes Shiba will hit. I really don't care what Elon thinks about anything, to be honest. Let's see. But he does move markets. Yeah, Ray Dalio's new book. I didn't like his last one, man. I'm going to be honest. Everybody loved that book. I didn't like it. That weird-ass book about walking around telling the truth. Hello, ma'am. I really hate your hair. It's weird, man. His book is weird. His trading group sounds like a cult to me. Ray is a very brilliant man, though. We already did Sofi, man. You just showed up late. We're not doing Apple. I would rather beat myself in the head with my fucking coffee cup than look at Apple, sir. I would seriously rather this Wiesner Huntsville where I bought my car, I'd rather smash this against my head than look at Apple. Hey, Rena, nobody wants to talk to you, so stop. Let's see. Open. Yeah, we can look at open. Let's see. Woo! Big move off the bottom, man. Now, this is what you call, if you ever hear, this is what you call a V bottom. So if you ever hear that term, now the president made famous a K recovery. Okay, K recovery is some weird shit like this. I don't know. I'd never heard that phrase. I'd never heard of that. What? This is kind of like the Achilles heel of the money flow. This is the, Jesus, here we go again, man. This is the Achilles heel of it. And a V bottom is where it just bottoms and immediately rockets. Now, one good thing about the money flow is, is if we did miss that bottom, if it didn't go sideways and give us a chance like it was doing here, well, we have two spots that we can buy in. You can buy the stage one, or just simply wait for the breakout. So, but as a short-term trader, I would not be nibbling on these stage ones. I mean, you could. Can we do pulp? Oh, you mean PayPal? Let's see. Let's look at PayPal. Let's see. Let me guess. It's more sideways today. Yeah, it's been sideways for like 3 months. It's more of the same, sir. Just going sideways. Nice zone of accumulation, though. A lot of negativity on PayPal. I like it. I own it. I've been nibbling. It's a big zone of accumulation, but it is really boring. Airbnb, we love. Let's see. These are all basically the same. Yeah, Airbnb is set up to rip. And if you look at what do the people think it's worth, see, I'm really happy I got into Airbnb. I put in the wrong fucking thing. Hold on. 195. Yeah, it feels low. I feel like that stock can trade at a premium. Still a growth stock under value. I'm sure Morningstar gives it a fair rating right now. They probably think it's fair value. It's easily a 205. It's been there before. Looks good, man. I like it. I'm in it. I want more of it. Uber is my highest conviction stock. You say, Gerald, but what if it fell to 36? Still my highest. Let's see. Lyft got a little downgrade today. Fuck those people. It's coming back. Lyft is going higher, $56. So, Open versus Zillow. That's a tough one. I would Open versus Zillow. Me, Zillow. And you say, why, Gerald? Because I use Zillow every day. I've never used Open ever in my life. Never. I've never looked at anyone and goes, you should use the Open app. Never said those words ever. So I'm in Open and I'm in Zillow, but I like Zillow better. That don't mean Open can't trade. Yeah, of course I'm in DS, man. What kind of question? What kind of you guys? Yes, I've been adding. This is my highest speculative stock that I think could make a lot of money. CLSK, very speculative stock. And DS, Drive Shack, I think could go a lot higher. $5. $5. Now, how long does that take? I don't know. This one also could be a buyout potential. Just a thought. By Callaway Golf. My man Gage was bringing that up to me, Callaway. There are a couple buyers of this stock. Very speculative, but I'm accumulating. I'm trying to get to 10,000 shares. Let's see. DocuSign. Is Docu come back? DOCU. Now here's the point. Whenever this is just a lesson now, and we're just riffing here. If I was at your house and you pulled up a chart, if you didn't do that within a short period of time, I'd leave your house and stop talking to you because I'd be fucking bored at your house. So, or maybe we were having beers and we didn't start talking about this. At some point, I'd excuse myself from the table. Whenever you get a big drop like this is bad, bad, bad. Do not run in and buy that. You don't need to. Here we are a month later, over a month, and it's still the same price. I could show you chart after chart after chart after chart after chart after chart after chart that when you get a big smash down, the last thing you should do is run in and buy it. And every time this happens, I get bombarded with DMs. What do you think about DocuSign? Don't buy it. Don't buy it. It's too big a drop. It takes months for that to get fixed. Months. There's been a month of just dead money. Now, if the goal is to accumulate, yeah, right around in here, I might start that process. But as far as this going up anytime, it ain't happening anytime soon. I wouldn't be surprised if this went sideways for another 2 months. Just my opinion from watching charts. Like when you were learning to go to the restroom, I was looking at charts. You were chasing girls in 8th grade. I was looking at charts. Check out RVLV. Could be ready to go. So, what is another recent one? Remember Viacom? I got zwooed into that one too soon. It's finally ripping. But only after a long, drawn out. Look how sideways that went. Look at that. Huge down move. Oh, Billy Wong and blew out his hedge fund. Oh, Billy Wong. Remember Billy Wong? He borrowed $10 billion from banks. Those banks you guys use to buy your houses and stuff. Those idiots. And then, look, it got blown out. Went from 100 to 30 or 40, right around there. And then look, that was in late March. Fast forward the entire year, it went sideways. It went sideways. It would have kept going sideways until what happened? Well, the whole market got smashed and it took them down. All these growth stocks took them down. So now it's coming back. Where do you think it's going? Right back to 38. I bet it goes right back to 38. Right back to 38. So don't run in and buy those stocks that get crushed. You got plenty of time. Copen. All right, guys. If this stock is stupid, I'm going to... Let's see. Salesforce advice? Yeah, learn the ticker, sir. You talk like a civilian. Learn the ticker, sir. If you don't know the ticker, you shouldn't buy the stock. I mean, this is a growth play, guys. It's supposed to go down. That's what they're doing right now. All the growth stocks are going down. All of them. So this is just being normal. So what is the stock worth? Let's see. KOPN. $6. What does Morningstar think it's worth? Now, I bet if I asked you guys what do you think it's worth, you'd be like, oh, I don't know. So... is a developer, manufacturer, and seller. Oh, they say it's worth $780. $790. Developer, manufacturer, and seller of components, subassemblies, and head-worn handheld systems. It serves for soldiers, avionic, armored vehicles, training, simulation, military application, other components. Man, I like this. How about instead of being a little bitch, you start buying some and thank God that you were given a gift that get it so damn cheap, sir. Instead of saying it's killing you. How about that's why you're not getting in. That's, man, if I was God, I'd cut you off right now. I'll be like, he don't even like opportunities. Why are we going to send him anymore? So if that's a good stock, sir, instead of saying it's kicking your ass, you should be thankful that you're getting an opportunity to buy it cheaper. Imagine if we could step back right here and you're like, man, oil's kicking my ass. I bought it up here and now it fell to here. It's kicking my ass. Is it? Because over here it's not kicking your ass. It's just the time frame that you operate in, son. So when you're young, your brain, you haven't lived that long. So the way you see time is different. A year seems like a long time because it is a long time to you. But it ain't that fucking long when you live for a minute. It's a very short period of time. So if I could look back and look at these stocks, I'd think, man, why was I so greedy? Huh? I mean, we can go stock after stock. I can show you 50, 60, 70% drops. 100. I can show you fucking 1,000 stocks where it fell 50%. I had people going, Gerald, this stock is killing me. Is it? Is it killing you? Or is it giving you an opportunity? So there's your lesson. You should be buying it. It's also a lesson in the fact, this is another lesson. One man's foreclosure is another man's opportunity, right? So if we're looking at that stock right now, this is very important. What you paid for a stock, nobody else cares. Nobody gives a shit. But a lot of people run the filter of where a stock's going to go based on where they bought it. Let me let you know something. Stock market doesn't care. Nobody here cares. The charts don't care. Nobody cares what you paid for it but you. And if you somehow allow that to come into your filtering process, then you know, what are you going to do then? You know, nobody cares where you bought it, man. So if a guy bought it here, let's say a guy bought it over here. He's catching the breakout and then it turns on him. And then I step in and I buy it here. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe how cheap this is. This is great. And this guy's like, this is killing me. And yet we're both buying the same stock. How does that work? So when I go out and buy a foreclosure, one guy's losing the house. I'm buying the house. He's having a bad day. I'm having a great day. And we're both buying and selling the same thing. Let that sink in. Oh, baby. GP, I'm looking at my first rental property. Finally saved 20%. Congratulations. That is beautiful. Proud of you, sir. I am proud of you. Painting with the ear pods, GP. Man, it's too much sauce. Let's see. What's up, Clarity? Yeah, I do appreciate, I'm messing with you, bro. I do appreciate you bringing that to our attention. That is an interesting stock. I'm in a few of those very interesting stocks too that have not done well. Pola is one. They also do shit for the military. You know, it's unfortunate, these small cap stocks like that, but I like it, man. I'm going to go dig into that stock. This $3 could be a deal. I don't know. I have to see their sale. I mean, when you get Morningstar saying it's cheap and tip ranks agreeing, like you usually you've stumbled onto something. But if the market doesn't turn, if growth stocks don't catch a bid, if people don't normalize the possibility of interest rates going higher, then these stocks are going to continue to get beat down. And you get to decide how you're going to handle that. You're either going to use it as an opportunity of a lifetime, or you're going to cry about it, sell your shit, and go off and be a loser. It's up to you. You get to decide. That's it. You always get to decide what you're going to do tomorrow. And the price you paid for a stock has nothing to do with its value. You understand that? That only means something to you and me. I mean, it only means something where I bought a stock at. To me, it doesn't affect you at all, right? It's vice versa. So be careful when you analyze and make decisions based on where you bought it, because if you bought it at a stupid time, That has no relation on the value today. It might be a great buy today. An example, trying to talk a guy out of selling hood. Well, I don't try to talk him out of it, but they said they didn't like hood. I said, why not? They said, well, look. So he was going to buy something else. But guess what he was looking at buying? Something else that had dropped 50-something%. I'm like, okay, so you're going to close this to go buy another thing that had dropped 50%. What? How does that make any sense, man? That don't make any sense. None. Crypto's going up. Ain't nothing to go over. So Copen is big in the wealth squad. You know those guys are smart. The wealth squad, huh? That name is being thrown around. I bet they're buying options on it too. Is Michael over there? Well, I doubt they have they might have options on it. They might have options on it. Get my wealth squad spies to check in. Let's see. $6. It's got a few interesting. Let's check in on Lucid for just a second. My man Ashton, we're going to start doing a live, I think every Tuesday, just showing what we see happening in the stock market. All right, not a big deal. Careful on this stock. Around in another 6-7 days, they are allowed to start selling shares. It could get smashed. They have options on it. Let's see. Metaverse company. Let's see. There we go. I knew it. Everybody in the wealth squad, they like to buy those options. Options. When you guys all lose your money next year, come see me. When you all go broke trading your options, come talk to me. I'll help you out. Twitter. We'll close out with this. Oh, PL. Let's look at PL. Woo! So now he's bragging. Planet Labs. Didn't this just sell, though? Isn't this a buyout? Is Planet... Do you trade options like a real man? No. Bro, I didn't know options had anything to do with manhood. Uh-oh, Michael's in the house. Let me stop talking about options now. I don't want to upset anybody. He says, do you trade options like a real man? Now, when you say that, do you mean like naked? Or with like chopping wood like a lumberjack? What does it mean to be a real man? I trade options with a Glock 21 on my lap. Smoking weed, listening to 21 Savage. Is that manly enough? That's how I do most of my day trading. Smoking weed, listening to 21 Savage. Just randomly shooting shit in my yard. Or with an AK. Sometimes I trade options with an AK-47. He said he believes that too. Just kidding. I'm just picking on you, bro. No, I do some options. I'm just playing. I just don't do them like you guys do, like maniacs. Yeah, the Planet Labs. I thought there was a buyout. It may not be Planet Labs I'm thinking of. This is not the fitness company, is it? There was a big fitness company merger buyout. Options do give you options. They also give you zero when you get them wrong. I knew he was going to go off. Yeah. Good move, bro. So you're bragging. We're all proud of you. And look at this. This move was telecast. There's your stage 1 buy. Price going above the 5-day moving average. So if you got this, congratulations. This will probably pull back tomorrow, give you a chance to add if you wanted to add in here. I wouldn't add this high up, but maybe tomorrow or so, short-termers will take profits, and then it'll start to move higher. We could look for something to go around this. My drop off. Oh, I think around 1. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I got a delivery. Yeah, man. All right, man. You guys be good. My phone's about to die. I appreciate everybody on here. If I picked on you, I'm kind of sorry. Not really, but kind of. If you're scared of options, you got to hit the weights in the gym. It's a weird connection to connect options to manliness. But I guess we could do that. Again, Dash, my picks today, but Dash, very happy about Dash. I like this stock. I want to get a bunch more of it. I fully expect it goes over the 20 into the close. Maybe, maybe not. CLSK, real quick recap. I think this stock is really undervalued. CLSK. You could start a position here. Even 100 shares, I think, eventually goes to $22. That would turn 800 into 2,200. And then Sofi, I think you can't. And that's also a crypto play, by the way. CLSK is into the crypto market. And then Sofi is really cheap here. It's sitting at support. So these three. There's a lot of great stocks out there, but these three are the ones that have been weighing on my mind. Okay. All right. You guys be good, man. Appreciate you. YouTube. Man. It's the first time I ever heard that options were connected to manliness. Thanks, GP. Appreciate it. Did I miss any on YouTube that you guys put out? I like that Copen. We have to dig into that. I like these little small cap defense type stocks. Those can easily be bought, picked up, get a big ass contract, Raytheon, those type. You know what I'm saying? Like these big defense contractors can either swallow them up or do business with them. I like those kind of stocks if you can find them. There's a bunch of them out there, I'm sure. Plus, you got the metaverse play. I didn't even think about that. There's a metaverse ETF, but it's mostly large cap stuff. You might dig into what they're showing in that ETF. It's called Meta, M-E-T-A. Someone brought it to my attention yesterday. I had never noticed this thing. It's got a lot of large cap stocks in it, but I bet you could dig through the ETF and see what they have in there. I mean, they have everything from Facebook to Snapchat to Microsoft to NVIDIA. And some of those I was like, why would they put this stock in here? But then the more I thought on it, it made sense. SPLK, I think we looked at that. It's not today, but yeah, bro, that's moving higher. I'm guessing you already, if you're in, let it ride. I mean, stage 2. Again, and you want to do this over and over and over, but, that was your buy right there, man. Once it stopped dropping, got above the 5, you start buying, and then anywhere in here, you could just keep nibbling. Once it runs, though, like for me, this is too far past the buy zone. That's just too far. Like the worst case would have been there. After this, unless it comes back down into here, I wouldn't buy anymore. I'd just let it drift. If they get away from me, they get away from me, man. Yeah, UPST, let's see. UPST, Upstart, yeah. I don't know, man. That is a big one, though. That's a big pattern. That was a $400 stock, too. I'd like to see this turn around, though. Let's see. So, Mike. I like Mike. Michael's a good dude. CELH. He's a good trader, too. Ooh. Celsius Holdings. This is not the Celsius from the crypto thing, is it? No. That's not publicly traded, is it? Let me see this. That's got to be a different one. CELH. Celsius Holdings. Is engaged in development, marketing, sale, distribution, functional, calorie. Okay, yeah. Okay, didn't think it was the same one. LSPD. Is that what you said? LSPD? Oh, light speed. Commerce, omni-channel, yeah, I know Lightspeed, man. LSPD. Let's look at the chart. Whew. God damn, it's a long ways down, huh? 130 to 39. Damn. Wow. Yeah. I mean, ideally, yesterday and today, you could probably start buying here. Wow, that's an ugly chart, though, man. Huh. Oh, yeah. Somebody asked about Bros a couple times. Is this the restaurant? BROS? Or is this the automotive thing? Dutch Bros. Yep. I had a couple people ask me about this. Let's just get it quick and dirty. All right. It's got an 8 rating on TipRank, 70 strong buy. Let's check cross-reference that. %, discount. All right, man. We'll call it a day. You guys be good. Looks good. I like that, Bros.